Hello, friends. Why is it in the reality TV we consume? Why is it in the movies that we consume? That disability can only be consumed in certain ways. It can only be portrayed in certain ways. If we change the perspective on how disability is seen in American culture, in American media, would that change the way people interact with us? That's what we're going to talk about today on the Advocacy Life podcast. Talk to you soon. Hit subscribe. Thanks. Hello. My name is Nunez, and I want to welcome you back to another episode of the Advocacy Life podcast and blog. This, of course, is the podcast. Disability and death are the only two certainties in life. There is a misconception in our world that disability will not affect everyone, when the fact is it's the opposite. It affects all of us. So let's bridge those gaps together in a fun, conversational style. Thanks for your time, and hope you enjoyed the episode. Greetings, friends. What's going on? Hope you have a wonderful day. Hope it's a wonderful end of winter here day for me. Thank you for spending time with me. As always, I want to start the episode with a fun fact. Here's my fun fact. We all collect little nerdy things, right? For some people it's baseball cards, others it's stamps, others it was Pokemon cards back in the day. We all have those little hobbies that are a little nerdy we usually don't tell people about. Mine is I love to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Yes, the card game with the monsters. Yeah, anyone, it's just a secret between us, okay? So just between you and me, my secret is I like to collect Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Alright, now, on to today's big topic. Why is it that in today's world, in today's consumer culture of television, disability is portrayed in a certain light? What if we change the way disability is seen in TV? Would that change how the world sees us? Would we be seen as more human? Would we be seen as a person and not just a disability? There are two shows on Netflix right now focusing on love from two different aspects. One is Love on the Spectrum, and the other is Love is Blind. Let me say from the beginning, so I don't get any weird emails or comments, not every person with a disability has the comprehension or the concept to fully undertake and consent to a romantic relationship on either a spiritual, emotional, or physical connection. So those individuals must be protected. I understand that. But that does not preclude them from having feelings. Because feelings is part of the human existence. And for those of us who can consent, should we be denied that experience based on your perception of us? Let me delve into this. I know from the beginning I'm going to get a lot of comments in this video. I know I'm going to be called ableists. I know I'm going to be called all kinds of things from my own community. That's okay, because this is reality. Disability is reality. And reality is disability. By talking about the show Love is Blind. If you have not seen this show, it's on its 9th season. It's on Netflix. It's one of those exclusive Netflix reality shows. The idea behind the concept is two people meet behind a wall and they date without seeing each other for a period of time until they agree to get engaged and get married. After they agree to get engaged and get married, then and only then do they proceed to meet each other in person. And then they get whisked away to a magical, beautiful island for a week or so, just to have those lovey-dovey moments and those beautiful picturesque shots of them on the beach. Then they get married within 30 or 40 days after they have their magical vacation. Sometimes they break up, sometimes they are still together. There's been relationships where they've had kids and babies, others get divorced right away. On the other hand, you have another show called Love on the Spectrum. This show is about individuals with autism spectrum disorder dating. This should be considered good, right? But let's do a compare and contrast. If you watch Love on the Spectrum, the way they portray the show is very safe. It's very PG. It's very PG. It's very Disney-esque. One of the first couples they ever had on there, the couple's special interest was they loved Disney. So they had this whole storyline about how both the man and the woman, they love to sing Disney songs and they fell in love over Disney, and it's very romanticized, and it is portrayed in a way where it is very safe, very wholesome, very demure. It's very romanticized version of disability and love. God bless them. I hope everybody on those shows finds a person and is happy forever. I hope the same for those who do Love is Blind. However, in Love is Blind, they focus on the breakups. They focus on the drama. They focus on these people who are picture perfect. Everyone on the show in the last 9 seasons or whatever, it's been on for like ever. And it's been on all over the world. Like, they have a Swedish version, they have an Australian version, they have a Brazilian version, Italian version, I think a German version. It's all over the world. They focus on the drama. They make sure to get the lead up to the sexy time, so you know when they're on the vacation, you know they're gonna go have sex. Meanwhile, in Love on the Spectrum, they show them dating. They might show them having a tough time, but they'll skip over some parts and they'll focus on them overcoming their disability while dating. They make sure you see, oh, this person is clearly autistic. This person clearly has autistic traits to overcome while dating. They make sure that the other person who they are dating, at least in the early seasons, is also autistic. They make sure that it's one disabled person dating another disabled person. Now, let me throw some magical what ifs out there. What if someone like me went behind the wall and tried to date someone without seeing them? Because that's the whole premise of Love is Blind, right? Is you fall in love with the person behind the wall without you ever seeing them. That's the whole point of the show, right? But to this day, in 9 seasons, you've never seen anyone with a physical disability on the show. It's so funny how this world claims to be so accepting and so embracing of other cultures and whatever. And yes, they've had black people on there, they've had white people on there, they've had Asian people on there, and that's all wonderful, God bless them. But you've never seen anyone like me try to date an able-bodied person. That, to me, would be a real test of humanity and culture. What would it really be like to date someone without knowing or seeing them, based strictly on their personality? Here is a reality. People with disabilities don't always date other people with disabilities. They date whoever they want to date. You don't tell a black person in 2026, black people only date black people. You don't tell a man nowadays, you only date women. That's considered wrong, right? But again, the only reality show in America right now that has any sort of popularity is strictly focusing on overcoming their disability to find love. And they have to be in a specific box to be in this reality show. Not that there's anything wrong with autism. I have many friends on the spectrum who love the show. And yes, I watch the show. But here's the problem with those type of shows. People with disabilities are the first ones to watch those shows. The average community, quote unquote, does not usually gravitate to those shows. They'll much likely watch Love is Blind. There's a reason why Love is Blind is on in 1,000 countries. Because they're all these picture-perfect models. Now, granted, Love on the Spectrum was based on another show from Europe. But it's nowhere near as popular as the other. Just something to think about here, folks. What matters? What do you look for in a relationship? You say you want someone to love. You say you want someone to care for. Someone to care for you. Someone to share the same values. But we only look for certain things in potential partners. We want people to fit in boxes. And they get mad when that person doesn't want to fit in a box. The human life does not belong in a box. It cannot be quantified. You can quantify certain aspects of it. You can't quantify love. It's not quantifiable. But yet, in 2026, one of the highest grossing shows in America is Love is Blind. Because we want to try to quantify love and understand love in a fantasized kind of way. If they break up, that's more drama. We want that. We want to see drama. We want to see heartbreak. It's not that heartbreak isn't real, because heartbreak is very real. But again, you're only showing certain people going through certain stages of life. I would love the idea of trying to date someone without them seeing my disability first. That to me is mind-blowing. Will I ever apply to go on the show? Probably not. But the point is, why not have someone? You say you're accepting, you say you want to try new things. So try something different. Try something new. It's not, this is going to sound really ableist and I apologize in advance. But one of the hardest things about disability is that disability is not created equal. There's been people who have one big brother who are on the autism spectrum. There was one contestant in particular who is now a multi-billionaire. She went on Big Brother and chose not to disclose her disability. That's fine. All power to her. But I can't do that. So is there a paradox in our community? Yes. Is there a hierarchy in our community? Yes. Is that fair? No. But what needs to happen is America needs to be aware of the paradoxes they're putting on themselves. America needs to be cognizant of the content they're consuming. I'm not saying love is blind is bad. I'm not saying love on the spectrum is bad. But realize it's not the be all end all. Realize it's just the beginning of a conversation. Realize it's not the end. It's just a segment of a person's life. Realize that it's been highly edited. Realize that you've only seen 10, 15, 20 minutes of someone's 3-hour conversation. Realize that when you have a disability, family members do get involved and they have concerns. Realize that a family has to have a certain dialogue that normal families don't usually have to have. Love on the Spectrum really did a good job of showing you this, but again, you only saw a certain snippet of it. Realize, disability, it never goes away. It's not like a mom, where if they want 15 minutes to themselves, God bless them, they've earned it. They'll give their son a tablet for extra 15 minutes so they can go take a shower. The best dads in the world are known to sit on the toilet a little longer, just to get a few extra minutes. Nothing wrong with that. God bless them. Who am I to judge? But I don't get a day off. It isn't autism, CP, Down syndrome, visible, invisible disabilities. One of the hardest things to accept, and that America refuses to realize, is that there isn't a day off. Christmas, Easter, we're still going to have autism. We're still going to have CP. We're still going to have Down syndrome. We're still going to have whatever. And America doesn't see that. All they see is pity. Stop pitying us and see the whole person. I hope I said something to you. I hope I can change your perspective. I hope. Talk to you soon. Bye. Wow, you guys, what a great episode that was. At least for me. Was it for you? If you liked it, please do me a favor. Click the like, click the subscribe. It takes you 2 seconds, and it really, really helps me out. Second, please share this and tell a friend. If you want more content, I've got a free blog that comes out once a week on Wednesdays, starting in January. And you want more content, I published 2 books called Living Beyond Disability. It's a book series on Amazon. Check them out. They're all in the description below. If you want more content, I'm on Instagram, Facebook, Thread, all that good stuff. They're all in the description below. I've got a PayPal and a Cashapp if you want to donate directly. No big deal, just if you want to support. Thank you guys for all the help. Keep on rolling. Keep on living.